The emergency klaxons of the Galactic Council station had been silent for exactly 73 standard hours when they began wailing again. Council Speaker Morgantha's 6 eyes snapped open simultaneously, her ancient consciousness immediately alert, despite having been in deep meditation. The last time those alarms had sounded, it was to prevent the vegans from recruiting humanity into their war. Now, as her aide's trembling tentacles handed her the urgent communication, she felt a chill that reached her very core. "They're here," whispered Assistant Coordinator Yithmel, his usual composed demeanor completely shattered. "The humans. They've requested an immediate audience with the full council." Morgantha's primary eyes focused on the message display, while her secondary ones scanned the security feeds. There, in the station's main docking bay, sat a vessel that defied every principle of known engineering. It wasn't the sleek, curved architecture of Centauri design, nor the angular brutality of vegan warships. This craft appeared to be constructed from what looked like repurposed mining equipment, communications, arrays, and were those kitchen appliances welded to the hull? How many of them? Morgantha asked, though she dreaded the answer. Just one speaker. A single human diplomat. That somehow made it worse. Within the hour, the council chamber filled with representatives from across the galaxy. The same delegates who had unanimously voted to quarantine the Sol system now sat in various states of panic, their species equivalent of cold sweat dampening the chamber's atmosphere recyclers. Ambassador Zethkri of the Andromedans had positioned himself as far from the central platform as possible, his bioluminescent patches cycling through every known pattern of distress. "How did they even find us?" he whispered to no one in particular. "The Sol quarantine was absolute." "Perhaps," suggested Dr. Yithgol nervously, "they simply developed faster-than-light communication independently?" A collective shudder ran through the assembly. The last species to achieve FTL communication without galactic assistance had been the Zergish, and they had subsequently conquered half the outer rim before anyone realized what was happening. The chamber's massive doors dilated with a pneumatic hiss, and through them walked a figure that seemed almost anticlimactically ordinary. The human diplomat was of average height for their species, wearing what appeared to be a simple black suit with a colorful strip of fabric around their neck. They carried a single briefcase and moved with a casual confidence that made every alien nervous system in the room fire warning signals. "Good morning, everyone," the humans said cheerfully, their voice carrying easily through the vast chamber without any apparent amplification technology. "I'm Ambassador Sarah Chen, representing the United Earth Coalition. Sorry, we're a bit late to the party, but we've been busy." Council Speaker Morgantha found her voice, though it took considerable effort. "Ambassador Chen, while we appreciate your presence, the Galactic Council has established clear protocols regarding Sol system contact restrictions." "Oh, those?" Ambassador Chen waved dismissively, setting her briefcase on the central podium. "Yes, we received those. Quite thoughtful of you, actually. We used the 73 hours of peace to prepare." The word prepare sent ripples of terror through the assembly. Admiral K. Roth of the Wolfpack Consortium leaned forward, his predatory instincts warring with his survival instincts. "Prepare? How exactly?" Ambassador Chen smiled, and several delegates involuntarily activated their personal shield generators. "Well, we've been monitoring your conflict for some time now. Fascinating stuff. Your military tactics are quite sophisticated, though we did notice some inefficiencies." She opened her briefcase and withdrew what appeared to be a simple tablet device. Immediately, holographic displays materialized throughout the chamber, showing detailed schematics of both Centauri and vegan military technologies. "Where did you begin, Ambassador Velter of the Vegans?" his scales rippling with shock. "Obtain these classified designs." Chen finished helpfully. "Oh, that." We reverse-engineered them from the sensor echoes of your battles. Took our AI about 6 hours. Quite ingenious, really, though we did find several design flaws. Professor Exithan, the elderly historian, made a strangled sound that his translator couldn't process. Now, Chen continued, apparently oblivious to the mounting horror around her, we've analyzed your conflict and determined that it's reached an inefficient stalemate. Both sides are hemorrhaging resources, civilians are suffering, and frankly, it's giving the whole galaxy a bad reputation. What do you propose? Speaker Morgantha asked, though every instinct screamed at her not to engage. Simple. Chen's smile widened. We're joining the war. The chamber erupted. Emergency protocols activated as several delegates attempted to flee, only to find the doors sealed. Others began transmitting urgent messages to their homeworlds, while a few simply fainted and required medical attention. SILAENCE. Morgantha's voice boomed with the authority of millennia, gradually restoring order. Ambassador Chen, surely you understand the implications of such an action? Oh, absolutely, Chen replied, adjusting something on her tablet. We've run approximately 47 million combat simulations. The war ends in 6 standard days, with our involvement. 6 days? Whispered Admiral K. Roth. Give or take 12 hours, Chen confirmed. We're still optimizing the logistics algorithms. Ambassador Zethkri found his voice. But which side are you supporting? Chen looked genuinely confused. Side? Oh, neither. We're ending the war. Both the Centauri Federation and the Vegan Empire have committed significant war crimes. We're implementing a ceasefire, establishing war crimes tribunals, and creating a joint reconstruction effort. And if they refuse? Asked Commander Thresh of the Regelian hegemony. Chen's expression didn't change, but somehow the temperature in the chamber seemed to drop several degrees. They won't refuse. She tapped her tablet again, and new holographic displays appeared, showing what appeared to be construction sites throughout both Centauri and vegan space. We've already begun establishing peacekeeping stations at key strategic points. Our diplomatic vessels are currently in orbit around both capital worlds. Diplomatic vessels? Dr. Youthgoal asked weakly. Well, that's what we call them, Chen said brightly. They're mostly repurposed asteroid mining ships, but we've made some modifications. Each one can crack a planet's crust if necessary, though we're hoping it won't come to that. The chamber fell into the kind of silence typically reserved for funeral services. Of course, Chen continued, we'll need the Galactic Council's official sanction for our peacekeeping mission. It's important to maintain proper diplomatic protocols. Speaker Morgantha stared at the human diplomat, then at the holographic displays showing human installations spreading across 2 star systems like a benign plague. And if the Council refuses to sanction your peacekeeping mission? Ambassador Chen's smile never wavered. Oh, you won't refuse. According to our analysis, the Council desperately wants this war to end before it spreads to other systems. We're simply providing the most efficient solution. She closed her briefcase with a soft click. The ceasefire begins in 36 hours. We'll handle the details. The Council just needs to make it official. As Chen walked toward the exit, she paused and turned back to the stunned assembly. Oh, and don't worry about the quarantine anymore. We've decided to become more engaged with galactic affairs. We'll be in touch. The doors sealed behind her with a finality that echoed through the chamber. In the ensuing silence, Speaker Morgantha slowly lowered her head to her hands. Alert all member worlds, she said quietly. Inform them that humanity has officially entered galactic politics. What should we tell them? Asked Assistant Coordinator Yithmel. Morgantha looked up at the holographic displays, still showing human peacekeeping installations multiplying across the galaxy. tell them to prepare for a very different universe. The war, as predicted, ended in exactly 6 days and 4 hours.